Hello, this video is about changing the oil in a Snapper Pro Series Zero Turn Mower with a Briggs Stratton 4400,000 Series Pro 25 horsepower engine. For this you need just a few items. Of course you need a oil catch pan. It's always a good idea to have paper towels, of course. Using 5W30 full synthetic Quaker Steak oil, and basically I just picked it because it's full synthetic and it was cheapest. I got a XG3614 filter. There are other filters that you're supposed to get according to the catalog, but the 3614 Fram is usually the one you find in stock. You typically can't find the other ones in stock when you need them. 11/16 wrench, a 16 millimeter wrench, and of course the trusty 3/8 inch ratchet with the appropriate receptacle for the oil filter. Okay, first just a quick look over the engine. First, the oil filter. If you're at the back of the engine, it's on the right side. Going around the other side, you've got a hose that they very conveniently have in the holder here, and this is your oil change hose, and that's what you need the 2 extra wrenches for. Of course, there's the oil change. First thing they recommend you do is you run the engine for about 5 minutes. I've already done that. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to do some light cleanup to make sure I don't have any spare particles to get mixed in with the oil. Okay, I've got things cleaned up, and I'm currently loosening the oil drain hose right here. So the 11/16 wrenches for this larger fitting here, while I use the 16 millimeter to loosen the drain plug. Okay, I've got the oil draining right now. As you can see, there's a access hole that they've added to this model. And watching an earlier video, somebody changing the oil, they didn't have that access hole, and that made it kind of difficult to route the oil tube out. With that said, it's still not perfect. I did make a little bit of a mess, as you can tell, but as you can see, it's flowing pretty freely right now. I always loosen the dipstick to give it some airflow, just a little bit. And we're gonna let this drain out, and as soon as this is finished, I'll be back with you and we'll change out the filter. Okay, I've got the drain plug back installed and the hose back in its rightful place. I've placed paper towels down here to catch the oil when I get this filter off. This is a design flaw in just about every one of these mowers. There's just no place to put protective anything. There's just no place to put anything other than paper towels to keep this oil from going everywhere. Just kind of is what it is. You notice I did do some cleanup around the oil filter area. I'm going to use the wrench that I showed you earlier and get that off. Not really a good camera angle that I can give you for this, so I'll be back with you once I have the oil filter off. Okay, now we're going to get some oil. We're going to lubricate the seal of the filter. This keeps it from tearing up the filter when you screw that back on. Then all we're going to do at this point is we're going to hand tighten the filter. You remember the other filter it stood out about this far as the black ring is. This filter does stick out just a little bit more than the other one, but that's okay. If you notice, I had to disconnect these fuel lines off their connectors just to kind of get it out of the way. This is kind of in the way, and in my opinion, it's kind of a poor design in routing those things, because that was a pain to get around all those hoses. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in the oil. Make sure that, again, that your area is clean. You don't want anything dirty to get into the oil. I did have to use one of the old-fashioned types of oil filter wrenches here. As previously indicated, I did use 2 quarts of oil. I recommend that you look at the owner's manual to make sure that you're using the correct amount of oil. Hope this was helpful to you, and happy mowing.